Okay, I just wanted to make a video about this situation here. So, David Montgomery posted this on his story, and that's not good. And there's an article of why. So, actually, I chose this article because it explains it really well. The empty locker that it resembles means he's feeling sidelined, which he basically is almost sidelined because the Lions are moving on to Gibbs more than Montgomery. Uniform ready, prepared but not used. No words, just letting the image speak for itself. Now my PC is being super wonky, so I'm gonna show you the other ones later. He also liked this comment right here. I love you, bro, but you should request a trade. The way they're treating you and glazing Gibbs is atrocious. Look what happens when we don't use you. We lose. So, I agree with this, and I would get why Montgomery doesn't, I get why Montgomery feels like he is not getting used, and I'm going to explain more later. And I know whose fault it is. No, it is not David Montgomery's fault. And no, it is not Jahmyr Gibbs' fault for that. So I think it is John Morton's fault. Now, ever since he came, I was always like, dude, this man sucks. We need a better offensive coordinator. And I'll get into that later of how he sold our season. So, what I'm thinking is, so John Morton, at the beginning of the season, he said that he would try to use Gibbs more because our running back duo is elite and we have the best running backs in the league, which is right, but he thinks that Gibbs could have way more potential if we used him more. Which I think we should just stick to Montgomery and Gibbs switching drives like we did all of the other seasons where we had winning seasons. I think it is just atrocious. And if you're saying, and if you want Montgomery to request a trade and you're a Lions fan, then you're probably not even a real fan. You're probably a bandwagon. Because let's be honest, no one wants to see him leave. But we all want to see John Morton leave. I mean, at least I do. And here's how John Morton sold our season, alright? So he's really bad, and he's really bad. So then Dan Campbell started calling plays against the worst team in the NFL then, which was the Washington Commanders. And then we beat them 44-22. Yeah, 44-22. And the Washington Commanders were the worst team in the NFL then. I mean, they're literally 4-11. And we won that game, which we would have even if John Morton was calling plays. And Dan Campbell got confident that we are able to do this because of him. Because he called plays against the worst team in the NFL, and he got confident and then started doing it every time. And now we're losing games because he is calling plays way too much. He's calling plays every single play. Like, let John Morton do his job. At the beginning of the season, we were using John Morton, and he was actually pretty good. But week 11 rolls around, and boom, we're trash. But, to be honest, I don't like Dan Campbell, I like Dan Campbell, just not as much as I used to. But I don't like Dan Campbell as much as I used to, and I feel like if we have a losing season again next season, I feel like we should probably fire him. I could totally see us doing that, but at the same time, I don't really see us doing that. I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest. And another question is, where do you think David Montgomery will land if he does get not signed or requests a trade? Now, I personally think the Chargers, because a long time ago, a few weeks ago, they were trying to trade for David Montgomery. But yeah, I say we give him a contract and see if he accepts it. But yeah. But if David Montgomery leaves, we're cooked. If Jahmyr Gibbs gets hurt, we're doomed. Literally, doomed. But tell me where in the comments where you think he's going to land if he does end up getting traded. And another thing I wanted to say is it's so annoying how I'm making all of these videos about players wanting to get traded. Like 3 now in the last, not even a year, 3. Jamison Williams, Alex Anzalone, and now David Montgomery.